with another episode of College Basketball. This is Magnet Ball Podcast here. I'm here with Jaden Sheffey, Kai Slaughter, and we're going to jump right into it. We got a couple topics to talk about today with some big top 25 matchups as well. And then Jaden is going to give us his top 10 rankings moving into week two for college hoops. So without further ado, we'll jump right in. First question of the day is, out of all the games we've seen week one, and we saw some special games week one, which team looked the most prolific in week one? I'll let Jaden start.
Yeah, we discussed it last week. Blessed to have college hoops back, let alone just basketball in general. But man, we were gifted a treat last week. We had some really good games, uh, really good prime matchups for sure. But I think just going into week one, the most prolific team. I'm not going to necessarily go with the hot take here, but I'm actually going to roll with Alabama. Alabama looked really good. I have to give it to them. Yeah, and I got to give my hat off to Coach Oates, man. That guy can coach. But their guards looked really good. They were shooting the ball well. St. John's is known for their defense. They looked completely underwhelming. A Rick Pitino team that is usually prepared, ready to go. Alabama had answer after answer after answer, and St. John's could not stop them. But they were getting however they wanted it. It was just barbecue all game long. Free ball, pick and roll, high low, uh, driving to the cup. It just didn't matter. I'm going to give my hat off to Alabama. I was really impressed. I thought they were going to take a little bit of a drop off after losing Nelson and Sears, but this team looks poised for another big push this season. So hats off to the Tide.
Man, that was actually my team. I was gonna go Alabama. I was very impressed with what I saw. Especially putting up 103 on St. John's in a non-OT game. That's very impressive. I mean, yeah, they gave up
At,
96.
at the Garden.
Yeah, like that's extremely impressive. Like, yeah, they gave up 96. We know Bama can't guard a parked car, so that's just them. So that was impressive to see. But shout out to Michigan State. I'll go ahead and give them a shout out. That's a big win versus Arkansas. And that freshman, Cam Ward, man, DMV legend, man, DMV. He came out first game off the bench, 18 and 10, looked really good out there. Um, Tom Izzo, man, he knows how to get the right guys, and build from within. Tone Carr looked good. Um, Still holding out on fears because, bro, we got to get that together, man. I just don't know. It's just something with him. Like, man, we just expect more. Like, we just expect more. It wasn't didn't shoot the ball too great. I believe it was 4 points. He had 4 points, shot 0 7 from the field, 0 2. Like, dude, he's got to be better. He facilitated pretty well, but he's just got to be better as a scorer. At least be a threat out there offensively. So. But yeah, I like what I saw from Michigan State, getting a huge win versus a talented Arkansas team, and brought back some pieces too as well. So that was probably my surprise for the week.
Yeah, for my pick this week, I was going to say Bama as well. They looked really good, especially against a ranked opponent in St. John's that's well coached by Bettino. I'm going to go with Gonzaga. They played Oklahoma, which is not an easy team to play against. Another SEC team. Um, I thought they'd take a step back and have a slower start again after losing Ryan Nembhard, but their front court is deep. They got Braden Huff and EK back, and then they have a guard coming off the bench that I didn't realize still had an eligibility left, Tom Grant Foster. And just watching him play hoops is just something to behold. He's explosive, alley-oops. He had a steal and a block in this game, played 22 minutes, had 14.7 boards, and very efficient from the field. He looked like, a seasoned vet on the court. And obviously, the moment wasn't too bright for him. They beat Oklahoma by 15 points, and it just wasn't close at all. This team's going to be tested this week. Actually, I think the game's tomorrow. They're going to be tested with a better opponent in Creighton, and shoot, I'm taking Gonzaga in that game as well. I just think they're well coached. They got some young guards, but with Grant Foster playing on this team, I think the sky's the limit for this team. So Gonzaga's my pick for week 1. All right. Dark horse predictions. After watching basketball over the weekend, who are you guys' dark horses? OJ, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think there was a couple teams that stood out to me just a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and focus on just actually I'm gonna focus on two in particular, but number one, it was my first and foremost team was going to be Wisconsin. I'm like what I'm seeing from them so far. Yes, it's an early season, but this team always does well in the Big Ten. I'm not gonna be too worried about them, even though they did lose some seniors last year, but they've always got really good guard play, and they just seem to figure it out chemistry wise down the stretch. I think this will be a solid team all around. And then my second team is a Big 12 team. I like Baylor. They put up a good fight against UW. But this team is always well coached, and they just always have athletes every year. Athletes all over the place. Guard spot, they can shoot the ball. Their bigs are athletic and lanky and can play good defense. They're not ranked as of now, but this team will definitely be figuring it out down the stretch. And I think they'll do very well in the Big 12 this year. But they're going to have to earn it, kind of in the February, March timeframe when we get closer to league tournaments. But I think this team will be a sneaky one come tournament time.
This one's a little bit biased, but I swear I've been waiting for this team to turn a freaking corner for the last 2 years. My sleeper team's Ohio State. Man, Bruce Thorne can really fill up the stat sheet. I don't know if any of you guys have watched him play. No, he can really score the basketball. I mean, right now he's averaging 32 a game. He looks good. The transfer Tilly looks really good, 7 foot center. So they seem like they've solved that down low. Mobley Jr. can really shoot the pill. I believe he shot like 37 last year, so he can really shoot, and he has range. He has range. Um, so yeah, that's probably my sleeper team. The only thing that concerns me with this team a little bit is probably their defense, because giving up 102 to Purdue Fort Wayne is unacceptable. Like that is very, very unacceptable. But yeah, this team can score. So they get into a shootout with many of these teams in the Big Ten. Not too many teams that's going to like the result of that. So, and they've been on the cusp of making the tournament the last 2 years. So, especially with some experience coming back and some transfers, um, yeah, I think this team could definitely make some noise in March, hopefully.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to one team before I get my pick. Um, Michigan State, man. Like, I think not we all, but like me, myself, and a lot of people included, had Arkansas winning this game against Michigan State, and I always tell myself I shouldn't doubt Tom Izzo, and here I did again. And Michigan State with a bunch of replacements, they just come in and do it again, beating Arkansas team that's pretty deep by 3 points, and they held them to 66 points. So really impressive on their end, and they're gonna make another run in the tourney per usual. My dark horse I'm gonna pick is Indiana. Um, they played Marquette over the weekend. I think they're on the road as well. They just destroyed them by 23 points. I get it. Marquette's missing Cam Jones, and this is just not the same team, but they still have a lot of players from the prior years. And Indiana's just they're they got two dudes, and I think it's Tucker DeVries and then Wilkerson, who each had 23 points, and then DeVries had 27 points. Um, and they're both rebounding and assisting the ball well as well. So just a really good win. And what I also like about this team is their bench had 30 points, 31 points off their bench as well, with two scores and their starters of over 20. So this team looks really well. Obviously, Big Ten's a tough conference to play in, but I think Indiana, especially in past years, they tend to do well in the tournament, and they are in position to do that again. All right, we're gonna jump into top 10 rankings. Jaden, take it away.
All right, yep, per usual. We're gonna go from the bottom up. Y'all know the drill. We'll start at 10. Actually, I'll give my honorable mention for week one, but honorable mention I have to start out with is Florida. I've got them right at 11. Man, that was a great game against Arizona. Well, I think most of us had Arizona winning this game. Um, but that was a special game to start the season. We can obviously get into that game at a much later point, but I think Florida is going to struggle a little bit with the guard play this year. You just can't rely on, 3 and 4 bigs on the court at once. And the reason I say that, Makai, is because if one of those guys gets in foul trouble, it's going to be tough. You get Boogie Fland in foul trouble, or even Lee in foul trouble. I don't know. So that's kind of a question mark for me down the stretch, but they're still a very good team. Number 10, I have Texas Tech to start. This is a Big 12 team. They are going to be very good. This team is no slouch. They're going to give Houston fits for the league. I do actually have Tech later in the season beating Houston when they're at home. Um, we can get into that a little bit later, but this will be a very good team and not an easy out for anybody. At number 9, I have Michigan. Um, yes, it's early. I just need to see a little bit more out of this team before I can put them a little higher. Uh, we'll see. I think they have a game coming up against TCU. And as we get into some of the tournament play over the holidays, especially like when they play San Diego State in a few weeks, that'll be a good test for me to see how good this team really is. But they have a pretty light schedule going through Christmas and going through the New Year's. So they'll be tested when it comes to league play. Number 8, this really might shock y'all, but I had to put them there, at least for now. I got Purdue at 8. Um, you guys might jump at me a little bit and say, wow, that's pretty low. But for me, I just don't think this is a top 3 team right now. Um, you beat Oakland by 10. It's just not great to me. Um, but I'm going to say this right now. Braden Smith, no question marks about that dude. That dude's legit. Uh, he's gonna be the one that takes them all the way to the promised land if that's how far they go. But they're gonna need other guys to step up, specifically on the bench. They're gonna need to show their depth this year if they want to make a run. But I've got them fairly low. I just don't see any of these other top 7 teams losing to the Purdue at this particular point. I'm at number 7. I have Kentucky. They look good, y'all. This team's deep. They reloaded and retooled as necessary, and they're coaching their second season. They're poised to make a big push this year, but they got athletes all over the court. Um, Number 6, this was the team I spoke about. I got Alabama. I was just thoroughly impressed with how they handled St. John's defense, and their guard play is just spectacular. They can, like I said, they can score from anywhere. Super explosive down the stretch. We're going to have some question marks about their defense when they play better teams, but at this point in the season, they look pretty sharp. Getting in the top 5 at number 5, I got BYU. Um, this team is loaded with a ton of talented athletes all over the court, and their schedule for me is a big litmus test coming up this Saturday when they play UConn. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's going to be peak college hoops, so I'm excited about this one. This will be a good team. They'll make a good push in the tournament this year as well. At number 4, I have Arizona. I can't say enough about Pete, man. That kid can hoop. Um, and they look really, really strong. They got good depth. Uh, the only thing that concerns me about Arizona is their coach. Um, if he can figure out and find a way to not get out coached, especially come tournament time, then this team could actually make a deep run and take it as far as I would say even the Elite Eight if they could figure it out. At number three, I've got Duke. I don't have to say much about them. This is a talented team from top to bottom. These are boys, and then you've got their coach who we've spoken about many times in the past already. But this team is no easy out, and they're going to run through the ACC with ease. Top two, I've got number two, UConn. I think this team is very well rounded. Can't say enough about Coach Hurley. This team is going to give a lot of teams fits this year. Like I said, litmus test for me is this game coming up this Saturday against BYU. It's really gonna give us an understanding of where both of these teams are at this point of the year. And then number one, unanimous answer. It's not even close. Houston Cougars. I love their coach, man. Uh, Even though I've not been super high on Houston in the past, just because of injuries that come up late down the year and just the inability to close it out in clutch moments in big games at times. This team is just ferocious on defense. They get after you every way possible. And I think they're going back to the championship this year. They've brought back enough veteran experience. They've still got Milos, uh, and they've got plenty of guards. Brought their bigs back, so this team's going to be tough. I can see, come selection Sunday, this team only has 2 losses. That's how good they are. That's my top 10.
Before Makai goes, who do you have at 7?
Lucky.
Kyle, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I didn't really have too many problems. I mean, obviously, I felt what's called was a bit low.
So,
Um, Purdue, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Oh, I felt Purdue was a bit low. Um, from my liking, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's what a couple weeks in. We'll find out about Purdue real soon this week, so I wasn't too mad at that. Yeah, Houston can really go. Houston, yeah. I don't know if y'all saw the game against Towson. It was a 5 point lead. I think it was a 5 point lead with like 8 minutes left. And they scored 2 points the rest of the game, which is that's holding the team to 2 points for a whole half is or half a half is crazy. Like, and Towson's very talented. I think they're going to be a very good team. I think potential 13 to 15 seed if they win their conference. So that's a really good team. Watch them play live too, so they're really good. But yeah, Houston looks really good. I agree with them at number one. I'm not mad at that at all. And shout out to the freshmen, man. We talked about last year's freshman class being, maybe one of the best we've seen since '03. This class might be even better. I mean, Koa, Darren, Caleb, AJ, Nate, Boozers. Like
it's already better. It's already better.
it's insane the amount of freshmen
Yeah.
we have that are going to be producing at a high level on these teams, and uh, just exciting to see, honestly. So, yeah, I
Makai,
have two problems with
I sent you a video of this one kid. I forgot what team he's
it. Are you
on.
talking about
You
the
can call him Baby
what's his name
Luca.
from Vatek? Yeah, that kid can hoop from Greece. Dude, he's a hooper. I mean, he reminds you of a spitting. He's clearly a European. Like he plays just like Luca. Like the way he maneuvers through screens, the step back. I mean, he's money. That kid can play. He's a freshman too. Like the class
That's
is
what
just
else.
ridiculous. 6'9" handle. Yeah, he's a Luca clone, and he looks really good. So yeah, this freshman class, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, my only critique on this list. Uh, I think Bama's too high. Uh, I think St. John's is a bunch of frauds.
Oh,
That's my take. They cannot throw a rock in an ocean. I don't care how well you play defensively. If you have no offense, what are you gonna do? They could not shoot. Every time they shot a
yeah,
three,
they
you knew it
can't.
was gonna just hit iron. Jay, you even told us yourself. Every time they went off, it sounded like a war zone. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta give credit. Bama can play. They got good guards and all that, but I just don't think St. John's is that good. Um, Keep in mind, Purdue. I get it. Did not look well. They did not look good. They did not play well. But Trey Kopp and Wren did not play in that game, so they're missing their second best player, their best front court player in the game. I get it. I get it. It's Oakland, but I don't think they're top five. But to drop them to eight, I don't know. I don't think Bama's better than Purdue. Um, Kentucky, I do like Kentucky, so I'm not mad at that. But I think I think BYU might be a little bit high. It comes down to me thinking a team with their best player being a freshman. Like every year, we saw that with Duke last year when it came to that Houston game. So I think, but BYU is a bit high. I think Bama's a bit high. I think Purdue should be at five. Um, I like BYU in that 5-6 range, but they're legit, and I think they got to prove it first before we put them that high, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
mean,
have
good.
yep, I'm just gonna counter before you go, Makai, but I think we have two big games coming up that will kind of test this list. One,
For
we've already
sure.
mentioned it, BYU UConn, and then coming up Wednesday, we also have Purdue Bama. So really good games this week.
Yeah, I think with BYU, I don't think it's necessarily the freshman piece in terms of their best player being a freshman. I'm a little concerned about probably the backcourt, or well, not backcourt, front court, excuse me. The front court of BYU, how good are they really going to be, especially when you go against better backcourts? Also, too, their depth, they're not crazy deep. Like they're okay. Like their bench is it's all right. Like he'll get it done, but that's probably my concern there. But one thing I can say with that team, they're going to be able to shoot the basketball, and that erases a lot if you can hit that three. So, oh yeah,
Why don't we have spreads out on these games?
why do they or why don't they?
Why don't why don't they?
That's a great ask. You would think.
Well, I'm looking at matchup predictor. Bama's favored 60-40 against Purdue. But then
60 to
again, we
40.
don't know. Yeah, we don't know if Trey Kaufman is playing in this game, and if he doesn't play, Bama will win. So, but yeah, we'll jump right into matchups. I think it was a good top 10 overall, Jaden. Uh, Houston Cougars, they got to get it done, and it's that year. You feel me? Uh, okay, Purdue, Bama. Let's hear your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great game, man. I believe this game is at Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yep. It is at Alabama. So Tuscaloosa's gonna be rocking. Yeah, Tuscaloosa's gonna be rocking. This is a tough game for Purdue, especially to start out. But I really do like this Purdue team, man. Like they do have a lot of guys. Fletcher Lawyer's another one of their shooters. Braden Smith, Kaufman Wren. Um, I like Purdue. Like I understand the pause with them losing by 10 or winning by 10, excuse me, against clearly a opponent that was definitely beneath them. But this team is really good. Like this team is really good. Braden Smith is going to be on display this game, and he has to be. I will say this: if Wren does not play, I like Alabama. But I think he does give it a go this game. I'd be surprised if he doesn't play. So I think he goes out there and he plays well because, bro, Alabama can't guard a park car. Like, come on, we all know that St. John's team is not great offensively, and they able to put up 96, and that's my concern. Is when it comes into games like these, you got to be able to stop somebody. You just have to. And I think a team like Purdue and the way that they're able to score the basketball and the type of sets that Painter's able to get this team into, and the type of situations he's going to put Braden Smith into, and like I wouldn't be surprised if Purdue puts up 100 points. So yeah, I like Purdue in this game. I think they win somewhere between 5 to 8 points.
I mean, regardless of the outcome, this is just going to be a great game all around. I think it'll be very high scoring. I think both teams will be in the 90s. Um, but I do have Bama winning this one at home. Even if Kaufman plays, I think he'll be a little rusty if he does give it a go. Um, I just think Bama's going to start off the season fairly hot, and I think that win being at the Garden against St. John's against a Rick Pitino team, I think they've got all the confidence in the world at this point. Even though, yes, it is still early, but I do have Bama winning this one. I think it's going to be around something like 96 to 91. It'll be something like that.
Yeah, so I just did quick research. Didn't dig too much into Trey Kaufman's Rand's injury. He's dealing with a hip issue. He was a game time decision against Oakland, and he also missed their season opener in the game prior. Um, he's the X factor in this game, in my opinion. Um, I think Bama does have a good backcourt, but Braden Smith is the equalizer when it comes to that. And um, for Purdue to win this game, Trey needs to play. If he gives it a go, I got Purdue in this game. If he's not on the court, Bama's going to win it. It's as simple as that for me. Um, Obviously, Bama can still pull off a tough win with Trey on the court, especially if he's not 100%. But it's going to be a lot tougher for them to do that if he's playing good basketball. But I'm going to take Purdue in this game if he's playing. I'm going to take Purdue in a close one by 3. Moving on, Arizona got a tough schedule to start the year, but it's no surprise. They're playing against UCLA, who's ranked 15. UCLA is a good team. They're a really good team. This will be just as tough of a game for Arizona as playing Florida. Obviously, Florida is a bit better of a team, but UCLA, they're just loaded everywhere from top to bottom. So another challenge for um, Arizona on the road. Mikhail, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good one. This UCLA team is pretty talented. They have the transfer from Michigan State, Xavier Booker, the big man, and then also too they have the highly talented recruit Sky Clark. It's kind of been
Yeah,
a bit of a disappointment over his last couple of years here in college, but needless to say, this UCLA team is really good. And they're going to be able to score the basketball with the firepower that they do have. And they're gonna and Xavier Booker is a pretty solid defender as well. It's gonna be interesting to see that matchup. See if they'll have Mokoa or more roaming. Will be very interesting to see. But I do love what I'm seeing from Arizona. That game against Florida, man. That just wasn't a game that wasn't a game they were supposed to win, and they did it anyways. So that was very encouraging to see. But I will say this one thing that does give me my cause to pause with that Arizona team is their bench, because those non-Koa minutes looked really shaky. So that's probably my little concern with them. But top 15 matchup at UCLA early in the season. I like UCLA in this game. I just think this is or no, yeah, it's at UCLA. I just like UCLA in this game. I think this is just a tough game for Arizona, especially early on. Um, does I don't think this takes away from what Arizona is going to be in the season. I just think they're just gonna get outgunned in this game, and it's just that simple in my opinion. But um, don't think this is a bad loss from any stretch of imagination because I think UCLA is going to be a very good team in the Big Ten. So it's just going to be one of those nights. I think UCLA gets a huge, huge win versus a top five team at home. So
Yeah, I respect it, the pick. I thought about it as well, but I know, yes, I'm going to say it multiple times. We're very early in the year, but to start, UCLA has only played Eastern Washington, Pepperdine, and West Georgia. I think Arizona's confidence is going to be through the roof after getting a huge win against Florida, and I don't think it matters if they're on the road. So I've got Arizona winning this game. I just think overall they're going to be a little more prepared than UCLA, and I'd say a little more experienced at this point, um, just given the talent of their roster. So I got Arizona winning in a close one though. I think Arizona only wins by mm, about 6 to 8 points, somewhere in there.
I mean, just looking at Arizona's schedule is it's hefty. It's real hefty going into January. They still have obviously UCLA. They got to play at UConn. Then they have Auburn, Bama, and SDSU before the new year starts. So they got a lot of top 25 opponents. I think Tommy Lloyd understands this team has to be ready early, and they gotta win a lot of these games before getting to big 12 play, especially when you have Tech, BYU, and Houston, and Baylor, in that conference. Um, I'm taking Arizona in this game. I feel like it's gonna be built. To be honest, I don't think this game's gonna be close at all. You look at UCLA's wins; they beat they beat Eastern Washington by 6 points at home. They beat Pepperdine by 11 points. Not very dominant at all against two teams that I don't see very highly. Meanwhile, Arizona's just beating teams like Utah Tech by 30, dang near. Yeah, I got Arizona winning this game by 10 to 15 points, in my opinion. Um, Makai, you said that Arizona's not that deep, but they still have Delorso, Waka, and a few other guys on the bench. So that are seasoned veterans that played a lot of big minutes in the tourney. So I think they'll be just fine.
What a shame, man. Why is this game on Peacock? It's a Hall of Fame
I'm
series game.
done. It's on Peacock.
It's ridiculous, man. 7 o'clock on
Jesus.
Peacock.
Oh, for you, 7 o'clock.
That is nuts. All right, we'll move on. Next game we got UConn at BYU. This is going to be game of the week. Uh, BYU, young team, but if you want to show out, is when you do it. I believe they're at home against UConn. No,
At the Garden in Boston.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the Hall of Fame series.
yeah, no, we know who's winning this game then. But Kyle, I'll let you start.
Come on, let's be real. Like this is AJ DeBance's. This is a welcome to college moment. They are not beating UConn. They are not beating this UConn team. I mean, this UConn team just looks. I mean, dude, like Hurley's about to do it again. Um, if there wasn't a guy by the name of Walter Clayton Jr., he might have repeated somehow. I mean, three-peated somehow. Like, dude, this team looks really good. Solo ball looks really good. What's his name? Caravan is back. Reed is like this team is stacked. This team is really good. Um, yeah, I like UConn in this game very comfortably. No disrespect to BYU. I just don't think in this point of the season they're ready for that. I think maybe sometime down the line they may be, but as we speak, November 11th, no, they are not ready for the smoke. I think UConn goes out there, they play great defense. Um, I think they go out there and they put points up, and they put points up pretty effectively as well. And the experience of UConn, they're not phased by this moment. It's a regular Tuesday for them. So I like UConn in this game pretty comfortably.
I'm right there with you. Y'all know that these are my boys. I love this team, love this coach, and they've looked really sharp to start the season. This is a home game for them. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Boston is about 2.5, 3 hours up the road. I mean, this ain't nothing. Uh, I think this UConn team is used to the bright lights. They're used to pressure because their coach models it for them at practice every single day. Like this is a piece of cake. Um, BYU is a great team. This is no disrespect to them, but this early on in the year, yeah, uh, I got UConn by at least 10. Um, I just think they blitzed them early. I think it's close in the first half, but they run away with the second half. So I got UConn by 10 at least in this game.
Yeah, I got UConn by 8 to 10. I think obviously differential might be a bit bigger, and then BYU does something down the stretch to shorten the lead to 8-10 ish. But like Jay says, the home game for them. BYU, like they got some players, but they're just too young to face this type of UConn team. And like what I'm thinking is, if you wanted to beat UConn, you should have done it last year. Like this is not the year to do it. It's not gonna happen. Dan Hurley's been sitting in his basement just plotting. He's plotting. And it's gonna be ugly for. It's gonna be ugly for the Big East. It's gonna be ugly for all these non-conference games. And Jaden said he can't see Houston losing more than 2 games. I can't see UConn losing more than 3.
I don't
To
know.
be
Their
real
schedule
honest.
is brutal. I'm looking at their schedule. They got BYU. Then 4 days they have Arizona in 4 days. Then they have Illinois in 9 days, and then
They're
they
gonna
play
be Illinois. They're gonna
Kansas.
be BYU.
Hang on. Then they play
Kansas.
Kansas. Then they play
So
Florida.
We ain't worried about Kansas.
Then they play Florida. Then they play Texas. Then they get in the conference play. That's brutal.
they play Florida. That'll be tough. They play Arizona. That'll be tough. The rest of these games, I'm not worried about.
If they come out
And
of
the
this
Big
non,
East,
if they come out of
the
this,
Big
let's not
East is
go ahead.
non-existent.
Yeah, they're gonna run through the big. If they come out this non-conference with less than one loss, or with one loss or less, yeah, it's wraps. They're repeating. They're gonna win it
I,
again. They're going for three
I
and
can
four.
see
So
this team going undefeated in Big East play.
Oh yeah, probably. But I'm
they'll
saying if
they'll
they
Maybe one
if
they'll
this
loss,
they'll
Creighton.
they'll, they'll lose to St. John or Creighton once. One of those teams.
No, not St. John's.
no if they lose more than if they lose 3 or less games this year with this schedule, they're winning 3 and 4 years. Like this schedule is ridiculous. Like there's just no way you should run through this schedule. There's just no way.
It's called Dan Hurley,
And then they
man.
just might. Like I'm not saying they can't do it, but if they do it, yeah, it's 3 and 4.
That was my preseason pick. UConn. UConn Houston. That's going to be the championship.
Yeah, it's wraps.
Shoot. All right. Last game to talk about for the night. We got Houston and Auburn. Uh, yeah, Auburn lost. So I mean,
Do we
they
have to
they
talk
they
about
have
this
the.
game?
We really don't. But like,
we know how this is about to go. Go ahead.
I mean,
Uh,
Auburn's not a bad team, but missing Janagru is gonna be tough. They got a good backcourt with Keyshawn Hall and was it Taha Pettiford? I got that right.
Yeah, he's been boo boo. Straight garbage.
hey,
Well, this is a game to get back on track. Yeah, matchup predictor has Houston 73 to Auburn 26. Oh man.
I'll start.
Yeah, we just close out. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'll just say a couple words. Whatever the standard of belt is, take that up 2x, and that's what that is. So this is what this game's gonna be. Um, yeah, it's gonna be unwatchable. Um, you get halfway through the first quarter, and you are going to ask yourself what you're doing on Sunday. That's how bad this game's gonna be, and I don't think Auburn has any standing chance to compete against this defense. You're gonna see seat belts, boxes, however you want to describe it, out there. This team's gonna be in jail for 2 hours. So Houston by 20.
Hey, I'm a Cougar fan, so
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
dude, this is gonna be bad. Man, Auburn just goodness, they are so mid. Like we almost lost to Bethune. They almost lost to Bethune. I'm not an Auburn fan. They almost lost to Bethune Cookman, dude. Look, I go to an HBCU, but Bethune Cookman is not good. You're not. That's not one of the best teams in HBCU. That's not. No. That's embarrassing. So yeah, it's gonna be bad. Houston, yeah, this is about to be. I mean, does Auburn cross 50 points? Like, I think that might be the question. Are they going to hit 50? Because Jesus,
And game
um,
60.
yeah, because brother, this defense is hellacious. And
All
Simpson,
I'm gonna say,
go
yeah,
ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You're good.
I was just gonna say Auburn's gonna be unranked real soon.
Oh, real soon, real soon. This team is
After
good.
this, they got Oregon and they got
That's a loss.
Michigan.
Both L's.
You know,
That's before December. Then they have Purdue in December.
they could pull a miracle on Michigan. I'm not sold on Michigan, but I digress.
Well, I think Michigan will be just fine.
But
I trust Michigan more than Auburn.
oh, I agree. I mean, long term, agreed. I don't know what this Auburn team right now. They got to figure out. Tahad's got to be better. He's been just abysmal. I think he's shooting 30%, averaging 12 points. Like, dude, what are we doing? You're a five-star recruit, a highly talented guy. I mean, heck, he was projected to be a top 20 pick. He came out this
Yeah,
year,
but
and
one thing that always concerned me about him is his size. He's just very undersized, in my opinion.
yeah, he's relatively a small guy, but no, we can't be shooting 18% from three. That's unacceptable.
Yeah,
That's
no.
It's terrible. And you think, okay, he's shooting 18% against comp. No, he's played against Mary Mack and Bethune Cookman. You think those shots are going to get any easier against Houston? Absolutely not. So he's got to be better. If he doesn't even decent in this game's going to be bad. Um, like 30 ball. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Oh
like
yeah.
Houston. I like Houston
Book it.
relatively.
Book it.
Yeah, we don't got to spend any more time on this. I got Houston by 20 as well. This team's ranked number one for a reason, and I feel like with the first two games of the season, their competition has really just put them to sleep. Like they're just bored, honestly. Um, but we'll see moving forward. Obviously, the Big 12 things get interesting. All right, it's been another successful show, college basketball. Smack Ball Podcast signing out. Please like and subscribe to the video and the pod. We'll see you next week. Appreciate y'all.